What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be smoking up some St. Louis style ribs. This video is in collaboration with another YouTube channel by the name of Smoking and Grilling with AB. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to his channel in the iCard above and description below. Anyway, he just went out and got himself a little Rectech smoker. He's feeling all in his self, so wanted to do some ribs, so I said, you know what, I'm down for that. Anyway, the theme for my ribs is going to be apple. Alright, so what we're going to do, and we'll get into this a little bit as we kind of go down the line, but the first thing that I'm going to do with these ribs is I'm going to go ahead and we are going to brine these overnight, and it's actually going to be closer to about 17 hours in some apple juice. So that's going to be our first step. Then we're going to get a nice little apple kind of a glaze on it, and it's going to be a done deal. Anyway, I'm not sure what my smoker is going to be. We have a fire ban out here in Colorado, and it doesn't really pertain to like my offset smoker, but I do live in a neighborhood where these people will tell on you. If they see some smoke, they will tell, and I don't want the fire department to be over here, so I'm kind of fighting myself with what I'm going to do. So I may do these ribs on my offset smoker, or I may do them on my Traeger smoker since I'm cleaning out my Camp Chef, just to give him a little bit of a chance on this. Anyway, first thing I'm gonna do with these ribs is I've already removed the membrane, cut off some of the fat. We're gonna go ahead and brine these for about 17 hours with some apple juice. I'm doing 3 racks. I have 2 racks in this one rack over here, and I have a meat side down. And I just wanna put enough apple juice in there to kind of cover up the, just cover up the ribs. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And it doesn't need to cover them all the way. Actually, that looks good there. And that looks good there. So, like I said, these are gonna sit, it's about 3 o'clock in the evening. I'm gonna throw these on or start working on my next step at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's gonna have a chance to absorb this for at least that long. Anyway, we'll pick this up tomorrow morning, check you out later. So these ribs have had a chance to sit in that brine overnight. I went ahead and drained that off. I didn't rinse them off or anything like that. We're just gonna go ahead and apply the seasoning directly to this. We're not going with any binders or anything like that. Anyway, the rub that I came up with is just a homemade rub, and it's something that I kind of winged, but I'll at least put kind of an idea of what this rub is in the description below. I really like the color that this puts on ribs. So we're just gonna go ahead and season them. And I'm gonna go semi-heavy on it. And since these ribs are kind of moist, it's not gonna take long for this to kind of soak into the meat. But once it does soak into the meat, we're just gonna go ahead and flip it and do the other side. All right, now that this rub is kind of penetrated, we're just gonna go ahead and flip it over and get the other side. All right, so this is a wrap. You know what, I did go ahead and make up my mind. I'm gonna pull out my second string pellet grill. We're gonna be rocking this out on our Traeger. I definitely don't want anybody telling on me out here today. Well guys, I had planned on cooking these ribs on my Traeger, but for some reason that was not coming up the temperature correctly. Oddly enough, I just cleaned that out, so I need to figure that out here in a little bit. So we're gonna bring in the first string, our Camp Chef Woodwind, and like I did in a previous Camp Chef video, what I'm gonna be using to power this Camp Chef is this Kodiac electric generator. This thing saved me on a cook a few weeks ago when the power went out in my house, and I'm just kind of running it through the paces. As a matter of fact, I have this thing fully charged right now. The last time I used it, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was about 3/4 of the way powered up before I started. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these ribs on the grill. So I was thinking about cooking these ribs at about 275 degrees, but I lost an hour of cook time messing around with that Traeger. So we are gonna go ahead and cook these at 300 degrees. And that rub looks incredible right there. Let's scoop this over a little bit. So we're gonna be going at 300 degrees And the wood that I'm gonna be using, we're gonna keep this the apple theme. I have apple wood that we're smoking these ribs with. Let me get my gloves off. Anyway, I'm gonna be spritzing these down throughout the cook with a little bit of apple juice to keep with that apple theme. Who knows what my man smoking and grilling with AB is doing, so hopefully these will represent No Hippie Barbecue well. We are an hour in on this, 300 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with this apple juice just to keep with our apple theme on this. More so to add a layer of flavor than it is to keep the ribs moist. We are now 3 hours in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some more of this apple juice. And we might as well start getting our little glaze made up. We're gonna glaze these down with. So let's go inside and knock that out. I haven't made up my mind if we're gonna wrap these ribs or not. I'm kind of playing it by ear because I do have a deadline that I need to stick to. Anyway, as far as this glaze goes, I'm gonna throw in a whole jar of Smucker's apple jelly. Any kind of apple jelly would be fine. I'm gonna hit it with about 2 tablespoons of butter and a little bit of barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce I'm gonna be using in this, bam! You Know You Wanted Barbecue Sauce by El Rabbit's Barbecue. Link's gonna be in the description below. Run by there, get you 2 or 3 3-packs is all that. Anyway, the ratio to this is gonna be about 2/3 apple jelly to about 1/3 barbecue sauce. All right, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and taste that right quick. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on the stove on like a medium low just to kind of melt it down, and this should be tasty on these ribs. So we are 4 hours in on these right now. As you can see, they have a nice little bend to them. I am gonna go ahead and foil these bad boys up. Let's go ahead and finish this last step. Now I was debating on doing this, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and knock this out. So I have my brown sugar down. I'm gonna hit it with some squeezed butter. And some of our jelly and barbecue sauce butter mixture. All right, throw this meat side down. And just go back over a little bit. This is a little messier than normal, but the payoff should be worth it. That stuff is good. Anyway, got that. Just gonna go ahead and wrap it. We're gonna throw it back out on the smoker, meat side down. And this probably should be good in about another, probably just gonna go another hour. For me to hurry up and get these finishing touches on this. I need to hurry up and get these ribs up to where I'm taking them here in just a little bit. So really all I'm gonna do, I already have a little bit of this barbecue sauce in this pot. I'm just gonna drain off these ribs right quick. And I'm gonna do this for all 3 racks. So now that we have all that liquid drained off, actually we just go ahead and pour this on here and kind of spread it out. And the beauty of this is this barbecue sauce is not all thick, and it's just a nice glaze. And we're just gonna go ahead and throw this over all of them. Spread it out, and then I'm gonna throw it back out on the smoker, probably around 200 degrees for about another 25 minutes. Be good to go. All right guys, so these ribs have been back on the smoker for about 25 minutes. It looks like we're about to have a serious downpour. I wanted to let them go about another 20-25 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can keep doing that, but if it starts raining, I'm gonna pull them even if this barbecue sauce isn't quite set. This video is taking an extra day longer than I thought it was gonna take. As soon as I pulled these ribs off the smoker yesterday, we got hit with the biggest hailstorm I've ever seen in my life. Luckily, none of my smokers got dented, but my truck did get dented up a little bit. And I don't look at those as dents, I look at those as opportunity, because that's straight cash, homie. Anyway, what I did was threw the ribs in the refrigerator last night and then put them back in the oven at about 180 degrees for about an hour and 40 minutes. And here's kind of what we're looking like. Has a nice little bend to it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up and take them down there. I may do a little taste test on this before I leave, since I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get some footage down there. I'm not sure, you know, what's going on. Anyway, the reason I'm doing it, part of my business is being a mortgage broker. I gotta find business somewhere, so this is a great way for me to just walk into a smaller, medium-sized company, give them some food, shake hands, kiss babies, talk to people about mortgages, and I'm out. Anyway, let me get this stuff cut up and I'll meet you down there. Before I take this food down here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a taste test on this myself, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to film it down there. And I want to take out the time to thank Smoking and Grilling with AB for coming into this collaboration with me. Listen, if you're looking for a good channel to support and you're not subscribed to Smoking and Grilling with AB, check him out. Links in the iCard above and description below. Anyway, let's get in. And this has a real nice smoke ring on it. Nice bite to it, not pulling apart. That glaze though, I'm telling you. Try that glaze out. That apple jelly is banging. Dang. Anyway, I think they're gonna like them. Let's hit the road. Alright guys, this is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. We're here with this taste test. I'm with my boys from Keller Automotive in Aurora, Colorado. I know most of you guys are worldwide, or at least continental. You guys aren't hitting it, but if you live in Aurora and you got something wrong with your car, hit these guys up.
That's
they
right.
Might stick it in you, but they won't stick it in too far.
Woo, buddy.
Anyway,
no lube.
They're about to get in on this taste test on these ribs. I've already explained to them that they're a day old, but you know what? Go ahead and dig in and
let's do
let us
it.
know what you think.
Do this bad boy right here.
So you got the end. That's my favorite part.
I like the end, the burn ends.
That's good. That's real good.
It's sweet. It's a sweet rib.
It's definitely sweet. Threw some apple jelly on there with a little barbecue sauce.
We can have the rest of this, right?
Yeah.
Might not be anything left.
Might not be any left, man.
But that is good to go. Anyway, I just want to come up here and show my appreciation to these guys.
We appreciate your business,
Very
Lyle.
much.
Alright. If I keep coming
And we
up here,
appreciate
instead of
the
having
ribs,
one
man.
Corvette out front, they're going to have 2 Corvettes out
That's
front.
right.
Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.